I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. MSNBC host Joy Reid just taught us all a masterclass in how you confront MAGA extremists if you invite them on your show. She had MAGA extremist Byron, a member of Congress from Florida, on her program, and he tried to spew each of these right-wing disinfo talking points, and she shot them down point by point in incredible fashion. Let's show you some of those clips. And in the first clip, you have Byron. Again, he's in his second term in Congress representing a district in Florida. And what he tried to say is that Social Security is going to run out in 2025. And he implied that the solution is to privatize Social Security. But then when he was confronted, he said, that's not what I want to do. And then Joy Reid said, well, it seems like that's what you're advocating for. Here, play the clip.
Do you know that Social Security is going to be insolvent in 2035?
It is not going to be. That is not true. That is actually not true. No, it's actually not true.
Now, Joy,
it's actually not true.
It's
actually not. But it's actually not true.
In the financial community,
that's actually not true. That's actually not true.
Will go insolvent.
That's actually not true.
Those are the facts.
That's not true.
Should we not prepare for that?
What the Republican Party and what the Tea Party have proposed is privatizing Social Security, which would actually subject Social Security to the whims of the market, which I don't think that people. That's not what they paid into. No,
if you look at the returns of the S&P 500 since 2006, the returns of the S&P 500 since 2006.
You're saying so you support privatizing Social Security?
No, I want to explain to you. I am a financial professional. I'm securities licensed. Actually, I just lost my licenses because I'm not allowed to trade anymore because I'm a member of Congress. But let me assure you, if you look at the S&P 500 from 2006 until today, the growth rate in the S&P 500 would have more than taken care of Social Security, way more than the federal government has.
And each time that you had a crash, it would subject people's Social Security funds to crash. Hold on a second. So let me just hold on a second. We're not going to have a whole long thing on Social Security, but let me just be clear. You are in favor of privatizing Social Security.
No, I'm not in favor.
But you just argued for it.
I said you just brought it up, and I brought you the facts.
But you
argued S&P 500.
So if a bill came forward to privatize Social Security, you'd be for it.
No, because what we should be doing.
Okay, then it's a moot point. Then it's a moot point.
It's not a moot point. You're trying to put words in my mouth.
But you just explained that the S&P would be a better return than Social Security.
Better returns.
So then you're for privatizing.
That is a fact.
Okay, so
don't cheapen privatization when the data is crystal clear that the returns would have been better.
Okay, you're for it. You've said that you're for it.
That means that it would have been a better situation than what we've seen to this point.
And you see the defensive nature by Byron. He had to go, well, I was a financial professional, and then but I've lost my license now. But I was a financial professional. So that doesn't mean you get to just lie, and that doesn't get you to just gaslight the audience. I mean, you have to tell the truth. And obviously what you are proposing is to actually eliminate Social Security in its current form and fashion, and you want to privatize it. That's why your argument is why you believe privatizing it makes sense. And Joy Reid's confronting on you. So, okay, you want to privatize it. And then you go, no, but then you defend privatizing it. I mean, completely incoherent. Here we have Joy Reid confronting Byron about what the Republicans are doing by removing Congressmember Adam Schiff, Eric Swalwell, and Ilhan Omar from their committee assignments. And what she explains is, look, the reason Marjorie Taylor Greene and Paul Gosar were removed from their committee assignments is like Gosar threatened to kill AOC, and Marjorie Taylor Greene harassed survivors of school shootings. There's a big difference here. Watch this conversation play out.
Basically across the street, because we're like really close to the Capitol. Right. So I want to start by just talking about, in the previous segment with Congressman Swalwell, we were just talking about the changes that are happening in the House under this new leadership. 3 people, including Congressman Swalwell, Ilhan Omar, and Adam Schiff, are being taken off their committees. Those who are being added, Congressman Santos is the one who made up his whole resume, allegedly, in New York. Paul Gosar, whose family has said he's a white supremacist, attended sort of meetings of white supremacy and got kicked off his committees because he tweeted out an anime of depicting him killing AOC, Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and Marjorie Greene. They're getting back on committees. I just wonder what you think of that. Do you think that that is a good look for the Republican Party?
No, I think going back on committees is what should happen. Look, what we told Democrat leadership when they went down this pathway of removing members from committee is basically saying you should not do that, because if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. Let's be very clear. Ilhan Omar has said things that are reprehensible. Hold on. Let me finish. She has said terrible things about the Jewish community, so much so that resolutions had to go to the House floor about them, and they were watered down. With respect to Eric Swalwell and to the other gentleman, that's something for Speaker McCarthy to speak to in more detail, because he's going to make those decisions. But we were very clear in the 117th Congress. We should not be going down this pathway of saying, oh, that member said this, they got to be kicked off of committees.
But
that
that's
is
happening.
No. What we're doing is, so you did it. So now this is what happens. This is the response. Let's get back to the status quo of you pick your committee people, we'll pick ours, and we'll go from there.
Well, let me ask you this, because that isn't this. You're not.
And you see how Joy Reid pointed out in that clip that, okay, you're allowing George Santos and Gosar and Marjorie Taylor Greene on committees, and you're removing people like Adam Schiff and Eric Swalwell and Ilhan Omar. And you notice that Byron Donalds goes, well, I can't really speak to Adam Schiff and Eric Swalwell. I mean, Eric Swalwell was a prosecutor, a state prosecutor. Adam Schiff was a federal prosecutor, very successful federal prosecutor. These are individuals who stand for law and order, which is precisely why you're removing them from committees, because the MAGA extremist party is the opposite of law and order. And here's another clip where Joy Reid confronts Byron Donalds because he wants to refer to the military as all these woke policies, because all they have is their talking points. They don't even know what they're saying. But they just call it, oh, the woke military. So Joy Reid asks, what do you mean by woke policies? What does that even mean? And of course, Byron Donalds tries to duck it. Let's watch it.
Defense is because recruitment is down at the Department of Defense. If our military is not prepared to deal with battles in the future because recruitment is down, shouldn't we go in and investigate all the things that
Hold on a second. No, hold on. What are woke policies at the Department of Defense?
Here's what I'm telling you. If there are issues at the Department of Defense that are decreasing recruitment, because the numbers are crystal clear at this point, and we have many members of our military who have complained about some of the programs that are going on at DOD. We have a responsibility to get to the bottom of that. My friend Jody Arrington, who's going to chair budget, he wants to look into the budget and also look into entitlements.
And finally, here we have Joy Reid concluding the interview by listing all of the policies that Byron Donalds has supported. And she confronts him with those policies one by one and why they're so destructive. Play the clip.
That's the only thing that matters.
Last question. We are out of time. I'm just going to go through a few of your voting record items, because you've made some statements about me, about what I've said, and saying that I have tried to accuse you of being less black than other folks, which I think is an unfair statement, but that's fine. I'm going to go through some of your voting record. Right. You voted to reject the Arizona and Pennsylvania electors on January 6th. Right. Donald Trump himself has implied that the reason that Pennsylvania was illegitimate is because of Philadelphia. That's a statement about African-American voters. Hold on a second. You don't believe that Donald Trump's rhetoric led to the storming of the Capitol, even though we've just had a January 6th commission that said it did. You said that you questioned the election itself. You voted against impeachment. You voted against creating an independent commission for the January 6th account. On voting laws, you defend voting laws that said getting rid of ballot harvesting is a good thing that we did. So you've defended the Florida voting laws.
You've actually laws in the country.
The Florida voting laws?
Florida election laws are the best election laws in the country. Go ask Arizona, go ask California, go ask New York. We do it the best.
Okay, all right. Go ahead. And you've defended and actually have...
I wish other large media networks, and frankly, some of the other MSNBC hosts, and MSNBC has some good hosts, by the way, but I do hope that other NBC hosts, large media network hosts, and others watch what Joy Reid does. Joy Reid needs to be the marquee person on MSNBC at all times, because that was a masterclass in how you do it. If you're going to have, especially on the Sunday shows, if you're going to have these MAGA Republicans on your show, you don't just give them a softball and let them just lie, because all they do is lie to each and every question. Look, they have their right-wing echo chamber in Fox and all those other fascist channels that will just spread their lies and throw them a softball and let them just say their lies. But if you are not that, you need to challenge these people. You need to confront them with the truth, and you can't let them just get away with it and spew their talking points where they try to just gaslight the audience and lie to the audience and deceive the audience. And so Joy Reid did an incredible job there. I really want to applaud that, because here at the MeidasTouch Network, we're very critical of the both sides media and the large media networks for all of the havoc I think they've caused to the nation by allowing these lies to permeate and not holding people accountable. So we want to give a special kudos and a special round of applause to Joy Reid for this incredible interview and the great work that she does. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Hit the subscribe button. We're on our way to 1 million subscribers thanks to your incredible support. Also, check us out at patreon.com/MeidasTouch. We've got great content you can only get on our Patreon site, but most importantly, help grow this independent media platform. Until next time, I'm Ben Meiselas.
Our blue wall stopped the red wave and election deniers got denied election. That's why we're celebrating with the new Democracy Prevails team. We've got lots of work to do, but we should all be proud that when democracy was tested, democracy prevailed. You've earned this. Don't wait. Get yours right now at store.MeidasTouch.com. That's store.MeidasTouch.com.